All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Woo! We have one exciting person. I appreciate you all coming out tonight. My name's Dustin. I'm the founder and CEO of HIVE Strategy. We're a digital marketing agency, Diamond HubSpot Solutions partner, specialize in custom integrations, custom HubSpot builds, website design and development, and B2B marketing campaigns. This is our first relaunch of the Denver Hug. I don't know how many of you were part of the Denver Hug pre-COVID, but we packed this place, and so that's what we're working back towards. So thank you all for coming out. Excited to see so many faces out here. We do have a great presentation tonight from Kristen Cortez, and we also have a few sponsors that I want to give a chance to get up here and say a few words. First, I want to bring up Alex. I don't know, there he is. Alex is with Cinch.
Go, Alex!
This is the most receptive crowd I've ever had in a festival. Thank you. And I was just finishing a hamburger. They're delicious. I'm Alex Rhodes. I'm with Cinch, and what we do is we enable connections within HubSpot. And so I'm going to talk about RCS, but first, who's sending text messages or SMS out of HubSpot right now? Awesome. Tons of opportunity here. I want you guys to all talk to Justin. If you didn't raise your hand, he will sell you. I'm just kidding. Does anybody know what RCS is? Okay, I thought it would be like this. So RCS is where text messaging is going. If you are, I'm going to step in front of this. If you're sending text messages right now on a HubSpot, that's great. It's kind of like sending black and white TV over a 4K television. And what Cinch does is help you turn that color on. When you send a message from an SMS message from HubSpot, you're going to see that message within your HubSpot instance. And I get really passionate about this and somewhat impatient because I'm a customer too. And when you're texting me and I'm dropping my kids off or I'm eating dinner or I'm at work, you better text me with something relevant. So if you're sending text messages, let's say you are a specialty grocery store, it's the holidays, and so you're going to send messages about great dishes that your customers can prepare for the holidays. You work with your creative team, you create this campaign, all the workflows, and you dissect the messaging just right, and you send a message that looks like this. I don't know who 4622 is, and if I do know who Urban Fields is, I wonder, is this a legitimate link? Is this some sort of spam, or are you going to steal my data? I don't have trust. And so this is a problem with the SMS industry that Cinch is solving. So with RCS, when you send a message, I already know that it's from Urban Fields Market, and I can see that it's verified. This comes from the carriers. The carriers have already assigned Urban Fields Market definitely has this number. This is a legit send. My wife got a message from Michael's 2 days ago, and she came running upstairs. She's like, "Look at the message I got." And I was like, "That's RCS! I'm a geek." Awesome. You've instantly built trust. And if anybody does e-com, you're talking about milliseconds. So any friction that you can reduce improves your chance of conversion. Not only that, but you're sending images. This is a carousel that gets sent with your message, and so now I can see, oh, spicy mac and cheese or a smash burger. What do I want to cook? And when I click on that, it shows me how long, it shows me the ingredients, and I can buy the ingredients all within the messaging app. This is taking a lot of what WhatsApp's doing, which is getting more expensive, and putting it all in the messaging app. So you can create that conversation right there. If I reply to this message, it shows up in your conversation inbox in HubSpot. Your service agent can immediately pick that up, and now you're having a one-to-one conversation with me. You can schedule pickups, you can answer any questions I have. This is where conversations are going, and that's what I'm here for. That's what Cinch is here for. That's what Justin is here for. If you guys want to talk, my name is Alex Rhodes from Cinch. We can connect on LinkedIn if you would like. I'll be in the back. Thanks, and thanks, Dustin.
And our sponsors were very gracious tonight. They covered all the food, all the drinks, and we have a big giveaway at the end. Somebody here is going to win a ticket to Inbound and $300 in airfare to get there. So Huge shout out to the sponsors. Next, we have Blake with Super.
Oh, Blake!
He's the king. I'm upset nobody came dressed in this
I
to
gotta
match
put my
him.
glasses on for this.
Oh,
They're very disorienting though. You know, walk over here. Okay, sweet. Well, thanks for coming out to Denver Hub. Pumped to have you. I'm here to talk to you about Super and why we're the #1 sales enablement app on HubSpot. Okay, just before we jump in, want to go through some stats. You know I'm not lying to you. Roughly 2.5 years, 3 million. We have 115 5-star reviews, 5,000 installs. We have a couple small names like Zapier, Gold's Gym, Sandler, stuff like that. But more importantly, this is what I came here to talk to you about. So the state of sales enablement in general is built for the old way of selling typically, from what I've seen. It's gonna be like old school bullpens, stuff like that. Teams are quite a bit different nowadays. Looks a little bit more like this. You might be working from home, you might be on a Zoom room, you might have a really fancy stand-up desk. But what you lose is you can't have a sales manager tap you on the shoulder, you can't hear what the best rep on the floor is doing, stuff like that. And sales enablement has adapted to this a little bit. So like if you look old school, it's like long meetings where you want to claw your eyes out. It's usually 1 time a year, live, one way. Pretty horrible. Now it's a lot better. It's short, on demand, digital, and continuous. The one core problem nobody's solved yet is knowledge does not equal behavior. Just because you know you need to do something does not mean you're actually going to do it. And most of the time, people don't do it. So that's what we're trying to solve for. And one last thing before we jump into the meat and potatoes. This is from Gartner. They did a study on sales enablement spend over time and rep productivity. Sales enablement spend is up 4x since 2018, and rep productivity is horrific. So pretty much if you have a team of like 5 or more sellers, you definitely have this problem, and this should definitely make you excited. So the missing piece, we call this sales enablement 2.0, and it's the last mile of delivery. And what I mean by this is it's a way to get humans to actually follow your process when you're not looking over their shoulder. It's turning your process into behavior so you get better results. So enough of the mumbo jumbo. I want to show you real world examples and I'm done. So this is playbooks to playlists. So this is just an old SOP that you've probably seen before. It tells you this is how often you should follow up. These are our sales stages, blah, 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 blah. People might look at it, maybe once if you're lucky, but they won't do anything about it. What we do is we have a play button right in HubSpot. So all your team has to do is hit the play button, and then it's gonna go show them exactly what they did right, wrong, and what they need to do next. It's gonna take you to the record. It's gonna say, hey Blake, in this case, no recap email sent after you met with them. That's a no-no. I'll fix it and I'll bring you to the next error. If I don't hit the play button, I have this giant red box on my records telling me what I'm not doing. So no longer can I say like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. It's a big red box. If you miss it, then that I can't help you at that point. The last thing, this is my most exciting side because I've managed sales teams before and this was the bane of my existence. Running one-on-ones and things like that, it's usually watching lots of game tape, call recordings, asking reps what they need help with. We actually give you the data behind what are my reps actually doing well and what are they doing really bad at. You can see for the team, so that trend line's your overall process enforcement of your team. You can see your top categories where people are falling short. And most importantly, you can drill down by rep. So if I'm meeting with Chris Van Prague, that little tiny box on the bottom of 41 errors, I can be like, hey Chris, you have double the rest of the team. What's going on? Here's your top violations. Tell me how I can help you do your job. So the whole idea is we want to make it really easy for reps. We want to make managers more effective so you can actually do what you want to do, which is making your team better. And we want to help people stop nagging. So that's super. Got over 5 sales team people-ish and the sales manager. We should definitely talk. Thank you.
So super.
Taking things off now. We won't tell Chris you put him on blast in front of these people.
It's okay. It's all fake data.
And then our last sponsor tonight is responsible for the inbound ticket that we're going to be giving away, as well as the Southwest gift cards. It's Pete with Ask Elephant.
I'm the only one that didn't do a deck. It's better without a deck, right? You have to stare at it. No, I'm just kidding. We are an AI software for revenue teams. Who's in sales and who's in marketing? Go sales first. Got a few sales, who's in marketing? Awesome. Where's everybody else?
Customer success.
Customer success, okay. Sweet. Anybody else?
She said that with a lot of judgment.
I felt it. Ops. Okay, I love it. So what Ask Elephant does is who knows salespeople that suck at putting data in the CRM? It helps, right? They suck at it. I suck at it. I never do it anymore. I haven't done it for a year. I haven't managed my sales pipeline in 9 months. Ask Elephant can manage all of that. Every call I have, it puts the data in the CRM. We can automate different workflows. We take all of those conversations that you have, all of the data in HubSpot, and we can do whatever you want from it. We can build workflows and automate whatever process. But our focus on AI is to help make people better. All leadership want is AI, right? Everybody implement AI, solve the problems, make things easier, and a lot of times they're not giving any direction on how. You just need to do it. So we focus on the outcomes that you want to achieve with that, because we can take all of that data and do just about whatever you want from it. Put it in a ton of different tools inside of HubSpot specifically, and help you manage that and save probably 8 to 10 hours per person on your revenue team, including CS. So we can automate any of that stuff, the sales to success handoff for you.
Very important.
Yes, and all of that. So that's what we do. I'm excited to give away a ticket to inbound as well. I don't know if we're doing that right now or later.
Later.
Make him stay.
Awesome. Come find me and talk to me if you want that.
Awesome. And there was a microphone snafu tonight, so if you can't hear, please raise your hand. Make sure, Kristen can yell louder. But very excited to introduce Kristen Cortez. She is a senior product manager at HubSpot and will be presenting tonight.
Let's go, Kristen! Get situated here. I have a clicker, so we'll see how this goes. All right, awesome. Well, welcome back to Denver Hug, everyone. My name is Kristen Cortez. I'm so happy to be here. I want to give a huge shout out and special thanks to our amazing sponsors you just heard from, Super, Cinch, HIVE Strategy, and Ask Elephant for helping to put this event together. And of course, for all the amazing food, drinks, and of course, swag. We all love swag. So today, I'm super excited to be talking to you about getting more from HubSpot Smart CRM. So by a show of hands, how many of you have heard of the term Smart CRM before? Okay, more than I was expecting, that's good. All right, and now keep your hand raised if you know exactly what it is. All right, I see a couple. Awesome. Well, not to worry, because the good news is we're going to be talking about this a lot for the next hour or so. And that way you can leave here not only with a better understanding of what Smart CRM is today, but practical ways you can hit the ground running to optimize like a pro when you customize starting tomorrow when you log into HubSpot. All right, so a little bit about me before we dive in. First and foremost, I am very proud to live in Denver, Colorado. I relocated here over 4 years ago from the East Coast. Couldn't be happier. I now live in the best state in the country. I think you would all agree. I'm currently the senior product manager on HubSpot's Smart CRM team within a group called Customer Profile, specifically focused on all things records and cards. A fun fact I always love sharing is my full circle HubSpot moment. So back in 2015, I worked as a HubSpot CMS solutions partner, even attended Inbound 2016, which is one of the pictures up on the screen. And then took a very windy journey for the next 10 years across different industries and product focus areas, and then found my way back home to HubSpot at the start of this year. I'm very passionate about helping small businesses grow better, having experienced it firsthand myself. And as a true Colorado girl, I love exploring nature, so feel free to find me after the presentation to talk about favorite national parks and ski resorts. I have a lot to share there. All right, so quick overview of what we'll be covering today. First, we're gonna help answer the question, what is HubSpot Smart CRM? Then we're gonna take a look back at some key features launched at Inbound 2025 this year. Next, we'll look ahead to what you can expect from Smart CRM in 2026. We'll have plenty of resources and next steps towards the end. And then we're gonna have plenty of time to answer your questions. So if a question comes up, try to remember it, save it for the end, and we'll get to it later. All right, so with that, let's dive in. For years, managing customer data meant one thing, building a comprehensive customer profile and system of record. But the reality is the CRM has changed and the profile is now just the starting point. Customer data management is no longer a static storage exercise. It's an active dynamic engine. Like every business in the age of AI, CRM is expected to do more with more intelligence. It must automate, cleanse, consolidate, enrich data, and so much more. And that means we must shift our focus from data storage to intelligent action. But with that change, your team is likely seeing two massive challenges right now when it comes to the CRM. First, your team has a plethora of bad data, or maybe incomplete data, and that means you're acting on incorrect insights or seeing an incomplete picture of your customers. Second, our teams are desperate for tools that can accelerate their work, but AI tools are just a thin layer on top of that same bad data, and that can ultimately accelerate you in the wrong direction. So by a show of hands, how many of you relate to one of these challenges up here? Okay, all right, awesome. We'll take a look around because you're definitely not alone. So what's the impact? Well, first, our marketing teams might be personalizing emails with the wrong job title, our sales teams are missing out on key opportunities, and our service teams don't have the full history or context when they're interacting with customers. Add AI to the mix, and agents stumble without reliable data, customer experiences are no longer intuitive, and trust erodes without consistent quality. But there is hope, because HubSpot Smart CRM is different. We're aiming to break this mold and design a platform that solves for those key challenges. The solution? HubSpot Smart CRM unifies customer data, teams, and tech stacks to create more personalized customer experiences at scale. Other CRMs simply store data. Smart CRM understands it, so that your teams can take the best next action every time. So how exactly do we do that? Well, first, we unify your data. 59% of HubSpot users report having a more unified view. And that includes all types of data, from structured to unstructured and business context too. Once we unify that customer data, we want to help you unify your teams. The reason sales and marketing are so often disconnected is because they're working out of two completely different tool sets. With Smart CRM, we want to have one source of truth and then apply a custom layer on what matters most to every member of the team. Last but not least, we want to unify your tech stack and accelerate your work. 31% of HubSpot customers reported faster time to implementation, which I think we can all agree is key. The Smart CRM is designed as your intelligence center for your entire ecosystem and gives you a cohesive place for all team members to work out of together. The Smart CRM is easy, fast, and unified, and this matters so that you can see your customers clearly and stop making decisions with incomplete data. So, I know I just threw a lot of stats at you, but now it's your turn. So, question for you all, what percentage of users say that HubSpot is easy to use? If you think of an answer, just shout it out.
72%.
Oh, that was pretty good. You're close, you're close. Any other guesses? Come on, don't be shy. 91. Oh, oh, 93, I wish, but all right, the answer, 79%, which we like to see, but we're working on getting that even closer to 100. And when it comes to fast, the average time to fully operationalize is just 6 weeks. Okay, one more for you all now that you're all warmed up. What percentage of users say that HubSpot helps them centralize their data in one place? 80%. 80%, very close. Anyone else?
83.
Also very close. All right, that answer is also 79%. So I know it's a bit of a trick question, but thank you guys for participating. You all did a great job. So with all that said, the reality is it's time for a change. The new Data Hub and Smart CRM work together in parallel to solve a business's data challenges by unifying structured, unstructured, and external data. So that includes your rogue spreadsheets, your data warehouses. I know it's okay, we all have them. And we turn it into one complete, clean, and up-to-date data foundation. So let's take a look at it before and after. Previously accepted norms like manually inputting data become unacceptable. Instead, AI can pull insights from conversations you are having with your customers. And that includes guided actions and recommendations too, all over gut feelings. Gone are the days of clunky report builders or custom SQL. Copilots take action and create reports on your behalf. And when it comes to UX, we need to move beyond designing interfaces around rigid commands or step-by-step processes. Instead, we shift toward intent-based experiences. That way you're collaborating with the software to help it achieve your goals. Work should be able to be done from wherever you are. And humans and agents come together in a digital workforce. As AI reshapes how teams work, the CRM must evolve from storing information to interpreting, recommending, and adapting in real time. So, if I had to put all of this very simply into one slide, I would say our vision is to be the CRM of choice for SMBs that connects knowledge, teams, and action for all go-to-market teams. Okay, so now that we have a better understanding of Smart CRM, let's get into the features you all came here for. So by a show of hands, how many of you attended Inbound 2025 this year? Okay, all right, I see a few. It was in San Francisco, so it was a closer plane flight for all of us, but that's okay if you missed it because I'll be recapping some key features that we launched this year. Just a warning, I'll be going through a lot of demo videos pretty quickly, and I know it's a lot of information, so check out the spotlight page up on the screen so you can see all the features that we launched this year. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into how exactly you can get more out of your HubSpot Smart CRM. I'm excited to introduce flexible CRM views. This release brings together a streamlined UI and new data visualization types to make the page simpler, more intuitive, and more powerful. So you can move faster and make better decisions. So here's what's new. To start, we have a cleaner, more data-focused UI. We've decluttered the page, organizing all elements so you can concentrate on what truly matters most, your data. So go ahead and tuck away the filters when you don't need them and preview your records in line rather than on top of your index page. We brought view management directly to the tabs themselves, so if you want to rename a view, all you have to do is double click in. Within table settings, you now have the ability to view your data in a more comfortable or compact way, and go ahead and add zebra striping to help you differentiate between rows. With new visualization types like the report view, you can now turn any table of data into a report with just a few clicks. So here we're looking at our contacts broken down by lead status, but if I wanted to adjust that to contact owner, it's just a few clicks away. And I could look at additional data points like our sales channel syncs to better understand the distribution of my database. But it doesn't stop there. So you can now visually track your progress over time with our new Gantt chart view. Combined with the new projects object that was just introduced at Inbound, this gives you a visual timeline of your records and the associated tasks. So you can click into specific tasks, helping you execute structured project management directly within the Smart CRM, so no additional tools needed. All right, next up, self-generating CRM data. This makes data management and data governance easy and fast. It allows you to focus on actioning your data rather than collecting or correcting it, and that means saving you hours of manual work. Breeze-powered property creation and property enrichment give you access to your data specific to your business needs, and they update in real time. So who wants to see them in action? Let's do it. All right, awesome, let's do it. All right, so directly on the index page, I can see an option for smart property creation. I go here, add a prompt to tell the AI agent what information I want enriched about my company records. It allows me to get really quick insights. So here I see a previewed result that I have summarized news about the company, and I can go in and edit the sources or the prompt as needed. I'm happy with the results, I save it, and now it's available across all my company records. And just like other properties, I can use it to filter, score leads, sort, personalize content, and so much more. Now let's talk data enrichment. While others make you set up agents or crawl websites manually, HubSpot's data enrichment works behind the scenes. So that means it automatically captures insights from actual conversations that you're having and filling in the exact data fields you need. You can navigate here to data enrichment within your data management settings and toggle these on for both companies and contacts. Credits apply for advanced features like smart properties, but standard enrichment is already included in your page subscription. So if you haven't already, this is something you can toggle on and get started with today. For existing records needing enriching, you have a few options. Open up any contact or company record in the About section, click Actions, then Enrich Record. HubSpot shows available properties with current values. Select what matters for your personalization strategy, anything from job changes to company activity, tech stack, and then click Enrich. If you need to enrich multiple records, from the index page you could bulk select, and now data enrichment is happening behind the scenes at scale, doing all the work for you. But what if you want to confirm what enrichments were actually made? Not to worry, you just navigate to a record page where everything is recorded in the activity timeline and then the property has been enriched, shown here. Okay, moving on to Smart Insights. Have any of you ever had an experience where you maybe navigated to the company or contact record page and you were a little overwhelmed by all the information that displayed? Yes. Did you ever wish you kind of had a specific section of the record page where you could catch up, see what's going on with the record and what you should do next? Well, you're in luck because Smart Insights is currently in beta. So these are AI-powered smart CRM cards that keep you and your team all on the same page about things like company health and the best next step. So I'm a little biased because my team built this one, so I'm really excited to share it with you all. All right, so now at the top, in the middle column of my record page, I see this new tab called Catch Up. We're introducing things like collapsible sections and expandable cards, so that way you can only see the information that matters most to you. And when it comes to AI summaries, we know how important it is to configure what you want to see in the summary. So we're introducing configurable settings like how long the summary should be, whether you want to see suggested next steps, or conversation starters. So conversation starters are these little recommended smart chips right here, letting you know how you can continue the conversation with Breeze. Next up is recent interactions. So instead of going through the activities timeline and trying to parse through all the events, we highlight the most recent inbound and outbound events directly in the card. And we suggest a recommended next step, so that way you can create an email easily with a click of a button directly from this card. Next up is health. So this is where we take a whole bunch of unstructured data across things like your emails and your call transcripts, and we're able to generate a visual sentiment score. So here I see the company is receptive, and then I can click to see the information and the sources where that data is coming from. And then we even take it a step further and we show specific challenges or positive feedback that this company has provided. And then once again, we know how important sources are to know where this information is coming from, so we provide those directly in line within the card. And then last but not least, we know for all the RevOps folks out there and admins, how important troubleshooting is from the record page. So we're starting to introduce data quality cards. So here I'm highlighting missing data, and then I can easily interact with data agent or data enrichment, so I can fill in my missing properties. So we'll be talking in a few slides on how you can get your hands on these new cards. We are planning a larger public beta in January, so definitely stay tuned for that. Okay, so you might all be saying to yourself, Kristen, those new CRM cards are so exciting, but how exactly do I add them to my views? Well, admins can do this quickly and easily through our revamped card library. Add a card directly in line, gone are the days of scrolling, clicking, and dragging from the bottom. And the updated panel opens where you can see thumbnails of what the cards will look like. Or you can navigate over to the next tab to see HubSpot provided cards or ones you've created yourself. So here I can easily search, preview data visualizations, and easily add them to my views. We know how important it is for you to get the reports and data visualizations you need on your record pages. So that's why we've introduced a number of new cards at Inbound based on your feedback. So this includes things like customer lifetime value, revenue attribution, NPS, CSAT. These cards will give you a more complete picture of your customers, enabling better decision making. So if you haven't checked these out yet or seen them, I definitely recommend adding them to your record views. Wow. There are so many new cards to choose from, but what if you only want to show certain cards if certain conditions are met? Well, this is where expanded conditional display logic comes into play. And for those of you who have been with HubSpot a while, you may remember a time where conditionality was only available on certain cards, in certain locations, and the logic was pretty limited. So many partners and customers wanted more conditionality, which you can see plenty of examples here in the Ideas Forum, especially the ability to add conditional cards in the middle column of the record page. Our friend Max here even went as far as to say that if we delivered conditional cards and tabs by inbound, he'd get a sprocket tattoo. We love the passion, Max, and we heard you, and we love a good challenge, so we delivered. Instead of seeing every card on every contact or company, you can now display contextual information that helps you and your teams work more efficiently. For example, you can show specific cards for high-value accounts or display different service information based on subscription type. This addresses one of the most requested customization features, the ability to create cleaner, more relevant CRM views by showing only the information that matters for each record. But that's not all. That same conditionality is now available for tabs in the middle column too. So here I can set my if-then logic and then decide if I want this entire tab to show or hide based on those conditions I've set. So, and then I can easily hover over and see the logic that's set for my tab. And there's been so much excitement from the community with this release. Here are just a few examples of all the love on LinkedIn, which we always love to see, so thank you all for your support on that. And we also let Max know, but unfortunately we haven't seen a sprocket tattoo just yet. This feature was also included in Hub's Giving as one of the top updates that customers are grateful for. And since we're in the holiday spirit, and we can't exactly give out actual sprocket tattoos, although I did try to find temporary HubSpot tattoos, it didn't work out. But we are giving away the next best thing, which are HubSpot stickers. So we have a table set up in the back over there after the presentation. So come find me and we'll be handing these out to you all. All right, shifting gears here a little bit. Let's talk more about staying in the context of your workflow. We were on a call with a customer the other day and they had 92 HubSpot tabs open. 92. And I know that's the extreme case, but we want to drastically help you reduce that number. So this is one example of how we've started to do that. The View All Properties page is now available in a panel. So you can easily stay within the context of the record page, and that means less clicks, less tabs, more staying in your current workflow. So here I have the panel open, I could easily hide blank values or manage my properties directly from there. Okay, let's pause for a moment. I know we just went through a lot of features, and you may be feeling like one or multiple of these GIFs up on the screen. I personally feel like the middle calculating lady probably once a day. But it's okay if you're feeling a little confused or a little overwhelmed by all that the Smart CRM includes. We figured as much, so we created a cheat sheet so you know exactly how to optimize the CRM like a pro. Over on the left are features we reviewed that are already available in production today. A few caveats are that flexible views are currently out to about 50% of portals, so if you're not seeing them yet, hang tight, they are coming. And smart properties, as we mentioned earlier, do use credits, so check with your CSM if you have questions on that. And then over on the right are Smart CRM Cards Beta, which is available to select Pro Plus customers, so if you don't see it in product updates, no worries, just reach out to me directly and we'll get you added to that beta. So I'll leave this up on the screen if anyone wants to take a picture, I'll also get out of the way. So yes, this is your Smart CRM cheat sheet. Cool. All set. All right, awesome. And with that cheat sheet, I hope you're feeling a little bit more like this and ready to hit the ground running tomorrow when you log into HubSpot. Hello, HubSpot Pro, Boss Lady mode activated. Okay, so far we've talked about what a Smart CRM is, a recap of the key features launched at Inbound 2025 this year. Now let's talk about where we're headed next year. Starting with number 1 and number 2 here. We're focused on customer value where it matters most, product quality and customer trust. So that means quality becomes our top strategic priority. Earning and maintaining our customers' trust means responding to your feedback faster, fixing small but important issues, and making every interaction feel seamless. Our mission is powerful in its simplicity: deliver higher quality products that truly meet your needs. Through modernized components, unified customer intelligence, and rapid feedback loops, we're creating a platform where quality isn't an afterthought. It's the cornerstone. Let me show you a quick example of how we're turning your feedback into shipped features. So we know there can end up being so many association cards in the right sidebar of your record, making it challenging for you to quickly find your main point of contact or the deal you've been working. So a few months ago, we released the ability to sort and search within association cards. And while it was definitely a step in the right direction, The biggest piece of feedback we heard, the word filter. So we are in the process of building filters on association cards as we speak, similar to what's available in association tables today. So here's a quick sneak peek. So up at the top, I now see this filters option, and when I click it, the drop-down pops up, very similar to what we saw earlier on the index page. And now I could easily filter down my tickets from 20 to 4. And that's not all, because we still have the sort option, so you can click over on the right, and then you can choose how you want these tickets sorted, and choose by ascending or descending sort. And this is really just the start. So up on the screen, you see a number of enhancements that are currently in progress across all records and cards. I'm not going to go through all of these, but just to name a few that I think you'll be excited about. We know how important custom multi-object reports are on record pages, so we're currently working on that. We're also working on improving attachments, improving record page load times and load experiences. So all of that will be coming out in the next few months. So keep an eye out for that. All right, now let's talk about that third one up there that we're focused on for 2026. In addition to quality, we want to make your lives even easier, which is why we're in early exploration for more contextual record experiences. So what exactly does that mean? As we were talking about earlier, every member of your team needs something different. So imagine a world where you land on the record page and it intelligently adapts to your specific context. That means what type of user you are, maybe where you've navigated from in the platform, or what life cycle stage the deal is that you're currently viewing. So let's take a look at a few examples of what this could look like in practice. So let's imagine you're a RevOps leader who's looking to stay up to date on an upcoming renewal. You click on the record page from the index and you see sentiment card highlighted first with challenges that the customer has recently raised, so you can easily see how that might impact your upcoming renewal. And that means you're relying on the data instead of relying on gut feelings from your sales rep. Now let's imagine you're a sales rep who navigates to the record page from Sales Hub. The first tab updates to one called Sales Insights that's completely catered to you. So you see a featured deal right at the top, front and center, and the progress you've made so far, as well as a suggested next step. So no scrolling through the record page, trying to cobble together the information. The best next action is right in front of you. And a summarized sales insight that's completely dedicated to you. The goal here is to create records that adapt to you and your team's changing needs. The record will go from static to dynamic, and that means context-aware, more conversational, and more adaptive. We also want to make sure we're displaying the right data to the right user at the right time, and that means less irrelevant data, endless scrolling, and record clutter. And finally, a complete customer view that meets you where you are, allowing your work to be done faster and easier. So instead of a standalone record page, profiles will appear more contextually wherever they're open, so whether you're coming from a record, an index page, or a workspace. So we're just in early explorations for this, and we'd love to connect with you and learn more about how to shape more contextual experiences. That way we can build this together moving forward. And on that note, let's chat through some other next steps. So I love connecting with customers and partners. We can't do any of this without you, and we need your help building high quality products. So here's 3 ways we can continue the conversation. First, scan the QR code. Let's connect on LinkedIn. Or if you have questions or feedback on anything we covered today, I would love to chat more about it, so you can book time directly with me using the link here. And last but not least, I'll be moving my laptop to the back table over there, so I'll have a sign-up sheet. So if you're interested in upcoming beta opportunities or research opportunities, we'd love to talk to you about that. And I'll also be handing out the HubSpot stickers back there too. All right, and with that, thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you have a very happy holiday season and new year, and thank you again to all of our amazing sponsors.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah.
Any questions for Kristen?
Yeah.
You were talking about data enrichment, and that some of data enrichment is included, and some of it eats up credits.
Yes.
What are the components that are actually included?
Yes, that's a great question. So the part that includes credits is smart property creation, but the part that's included is data enrichment. So in the demo video I showed where you can go in your data management settings and toggle it on for contacts and companies, and it auto enriches, that's already included in your subscription.
It auto enriches
Your company and contact records. Yep.
Any other questions?
Yeah, follow up on the data enrichment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't use it, but it's intriguing. Does it update from just the internet at large, or does it update from interactions that have been logged somewhere in HubSpot?
So you can actually go in and set the sources yourself. So some of it can come, depending on what you're looking for, some of it can come from the internet or from specific properties or specific HubSpot information that you have too. So you get to control and define what sources you want.
Neat.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, of course. Yes.
Are there specific ways you can use it to maybe like audit and clean up your CRM system? Or is it just creation?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure, but I'm not the PM for that team, but I can put you in touch with them and she'll definitely have all the answers. So, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. I wish I knew the answer, but yeah, go ahead.
Does the data enrichment, is it able to kind of link to like LinkedIn, so when a contact moves companies, it automatically updates?
I believe so, but yeah, I see. Okay, yes. Yes, Kelsey's keeping me honest, yes. Any other questions? Yes, I see one in the left.
I know you said that there was like a different view for each position, like between the ops versus sales. Is that going to like specific roles, like an SDR versus an AP, or things like that, or is it more just like by a bigger umbrella, a different view?
Yeah, so that's a really good one. We've actually been talking about this a lot because we know from what we've heard, we can't just bucket it into like sales rep as a one persona and then having one display. So we want to get more granular with it because there's a number of personas like A's that you just mentioned that fall within that larger umbrella. So that's where we're trying to figure it out. It's like, how do we create these contextual experiences, not just by persona, but by the where you came from in the platform, your jobs to be done, what information you care about. So that's why we're trying to figure it out. We don't have them built just yet, but it's a really good question. Yeah, if you have thoughts on it, I would love to talk to you about it because we know we need to make it dynamic for all the different roles. Cool.
Build HubSpot yourself. Any other questions? Awesome. Thank you,
All right,
Kristen.
awesome. Yeah, thank you.
And so we do have a few other announcements. Again, want to shout out our sponsors, Super, Cinch, and Ask Elephant. Thank you for providing the food, drinks, and the ticket that we'll give away here shortly. We have also announced our first 3 events for 2026. So if you haven't checked those out yet, please do. You can do that at denverhug.com. But our first 3 events, our first one is February 4th. It's going to be all about Breeze and agents and credits, and I know there were a lot of questions around that already. So that will be February 4th. April 22nd, we're going to be talking about Commerce Hub and the new CPQ, contracts, all of those things that are coming up. And then June 3rd, Super will be presenting around adopting your HubSpot's CRM and how to kind of get your entire team bought in and doing the right thing at the right time. So please join us for those events. Again, denverhug.com, that's where you can find all the upcoming events and register for any of those. All right, can we switch over to...
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we do the ticket announcement, we do have one other kind of giveaway. So in the back, Michael back there raised his hand. We do have custom Denver Hug keychains and engraving back there, so you can get it customized for you. Lots of different colors, all that fun stuff. So please head back there afterwards, get your keychain. Yeah. All right. Lots of people on here. If somebody isn't here to claim it, then we'll move on to the next person. So here we go.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Get up there, speech.
Yeah, did you prepare a speech? So we have $300 in Southwest gift cards, and meet me afterwards, and we'll get you signed up for inbound.
No
All of that is provided by Ask Elephant. They came through with the inbound ticket and the gift cards. So
Thanks for your ticket this year. Good job.
yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you all. Again, our next event is going to be February 4th. Please join us. We're going to continue to build this community back up to what it was pre-COVID. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers. Would love to get back to that 100+ standing room only crowd. So, thank you all for joining.